You kidding me? Used to eat Chinese food all the time with... I can't believe you left.
Levi, read this scripture here in Psalms.
Even if my own father and mother abandon me, Jehovah himself will take me in.
Jehovah will take you in too, Levi. You know, loved ones may leave us, but Jehovah never will. You and your mom are never alone. We're all part of Jehovah's family.
That's right, Levi. We all love each other.
Positively than it began, didn't it? And it was thanks to that young pioneer couple. Did you notice how they encouraged this young brother? Remember, this was the couple that had just been suddenly evicted, and now here they were moving into their new place, unpacking. Quite an ordeal that they went through. But it didn't prevent them from noticing Levi's discouragement. They took the initiative to invite him in field service. They enjoyed social time together, meals and music and so forth. But did you notice it wasn't all light and breezy association? They also talked seriously with Levi about his struggles, shared scriptures with him, and assured him of Jehovah's love. They lifted Levi up at a very low point in his life. Who knows what direction he would have gone if he had been left to himself. Our discussion this morning makes clear that Jehovah has strong feelings for those in need. And Jehovah wants us to take an active interest in them as he himself does. There are many fatherless children among us. In my congregation, in your congregation, they need our support. Jehovah sees and cares for them all, and he knows that with encouragement from the congregation, these dear fatherless young ones can be happy, thriving spiritual adults. Brother Garnett Bingham will now consider the final part of this symposium, how Jehovah supplies endurance and comfort to older ones.
Some people say that age is just a number. You're as young as you feel. Now, while that statement may have some truth to it, the fact is that the older we get in this system of things, the more our bodies deteriorate. And for this reason, older ones, they need endurance and they need comfort. Because, at this time in their life, they may be facing challenges that they have never felt before. They may have lost their long-loved spouse in death, or the kids have moved out from the house, so they're all alone. So they definitely need, older ones, they need comfort, they need endurance, and not just those who are confined to their homes or to a nursing facility, but even those who are still active. They might be sitting right beside you this moment. They can be disheartened by their inability to do what they once did for Jehovah. So, the big question is, what does Jehovah provide for older ones? Well, he provides three main things. He provides hope, he provides assurance, and he provides comfort. Now, first, let us look at the hope that Jehovah provides. Because wouldn't you agree with me that hope goes a far way in our endurance? Of course it does. Just imagine yourself driving for miles without seeing a gas station. And you're watching your needle because it's going closer to the empty. But as soon as you see a sign saying gas station a quarter mile ahead, how do you feel? You start to feel hopeful. And you can endure on your journey. And that's the thing with hope. It provides that kind of assurance. Now, notice the hope that Jehovah provides for the older ones. Go with me to Job chapter 33 and verse 25. Job 33:25, it says, "Let his flesh become fresher than in youth. Let him return to the days of his youthful vigor." You notice the scripture says, let his flesh become fresher than in youth. Now, we definitely know that this is pointing to the future, because no matter how many creams or lotion or even Botox we use today, we still get wrinkled. But Jehovah promises that he will restore the older ones to their youthful vigor. Just visualize your skin going back to the condition it was when you were younger, probably when you were in your 30s or your 20s. Isn't that a beautiful thought? But sadly, that's not the reality now. But you know, interestingly, this hope does not renew the outer person at this time. No. What it does, however, is renew the inner person. Because even now, though the man on the inside is being wasted away, the man on the outside is wasting away, the man on the inside, according to 2 Corinthians chapter 4 and verse 16, is being renewed day by day. That's a spiritual rejuvenation. Isn't that a beautiful hope? Yes, it is. And Jehovah also provides assurance. At Isaiah chapter 46 verse 4, he assures the older ones of his continued care. 3 times in that scripture, he says, "I will carry you." He's saying that if you should ever fall, don't worry. I'm not leaving. I'll pick you up on my shoulder and take you with me. Beautiful assurance. He also provides comfort and support through the congregation. This is important, the support. In the scripture at 1 Timothy chapter 5 and verse 9 and 10, in that scripture, Jehovah allowed, even in the first century, for the elders to keep a list of all older ones over 60 years. It's still happening in our time because we care, we provide that support for the older ones. So definitely we realize that Jehovah is really helping the older ones. So another question is, how can Jehovah use you and I to help older ones? Now, the first thing that is necessary for Jehovah to use us is for us to have the right attitude. Not just having it, but also maintaining it. And notice the attitude that Jehovah wants us to have towards older ones. Go with me to Leviticus chapter 19 and verse 32. Notice what he says here. Leviticus chapter 19 and verse 32. Jehovah says, "Before gray hair, you should rise up, and you must show honor to an older man, and you must be in fear of your God. I am Jehovah." Did you notice what Jehovah says we must do? He says to rise up before gray hair. Now, to rise up or stand up in someone's presence, it indicates respect. An example.